Hello, I'm Alexis and welcome to another weekly reading vlog. You can probably tell by my voice, I'm still a little bit sick from last week, but we are feeling better. Other than that, it is Monday, so happy Monday. I decided to take a half day from work because there's a solar eclipse today. I didn't think this was a big deal, but like literally my city is shutting down. Everybody is off of work today. I thought it was a pretty big deal. I would take time off to go watch it. I have my eclipse glasses ready. Yes, those are plans for today. Watch the eclipse happen. Other than that, reading plans. I already have made a great way into my first read of this week. I'm sitting in front of a window, so the glare. Six Scorched Roses by Carissa Broadbent. This is the novella in the Crowns of Nyaxia series. It's labeled book 1.5 on Goodreads. So far, I don't think you have to read them in order. It might be a little confusing if you didn't, but it is following completely different characters than The Serpent and the Wings of Night, and I'm really enjoying it. I don't know if I said I made it 50% of the way in. It's only a 200-page novella, so very quick read. I will definitely be finishing it today, but so far really liking it. We follow a human woman named Lilith, and she has some sort of mysterious disease. We don't really know the details, but she is dying, and she knows that she has been dying since the day she was born, and she seeks out the help of a vampire named Vale and makes a deal that she is going to give him 6 roses in exchange for 6 vials of his blood, and she's trying to use this blood to make some sort of cure. Because not only is she dying, now her entire town is. There's like some kind of curse or something on them by the goddess. You know, a lot of fantasy stuff that I don't really understand, but I'm enjoying the vibes of. So far, Vale is very, very hot. Lilith is, he keeps calling her Little Mouse, and I don't know, I just love that relationship, that banter of like the innocent girl and the guy teasing her, so liking it a lot so far. And yeah, I will definitely be reading some more of that later, and I will check in with you then.
I think there's another universe where I haven't yet felt pain, and maybe in that other universe I'm a flower and you're the rain. I think so.
Hello again. The eclipse has occurred. It's very, very cloudy where I live, but the clouds moved out of the way a little bit that we could see the moon covering the sun, and then it kept peeking out throughout the totality of the eclipse when the sun was completely covered by the moon. So it was just a really, really cool experience. So that was fun. After that, I came back inside and I finished Six Scorched Roses by Carissa Broadbent. I really liked this one. It was good for what it was. It was just kind of a novella to give us another story inside of this world that she has created with the Crowns of Nyaxia series. I feel like it gave us a little bit more context into the conflict that we kind of learn about at the end of the first book, and that I imagine is going to be the main focus of the second book. And I thought the steamy scenes in this novella were way better than The Serpent and the Wings of Night. Just something about Carissa Broadbent's writing. I feel like it's very insta-lovey. I don't really get like the chemistry until the characters are like already doing it. It was a little better with this book. There was a little more flirting before. But yeah, still just kind of unbelievable because one of the characters was on the brink of death and then suddenly they were banging, and like, how do you have the energy for this right now? You were literally dying a page ago. But anyways, I like the characters. I hope we get more of them in the next books coming up. And I am even more excited to start the second Crown of Nyaxia book. I guess now's a good time to kind of tell you my plans for this week. This lighting kind of sucks, so I'm sorry about that. That's a little better. So the plans for this week, I want to finish series. So first up on the list is the Crowns of Nyaxia series. I read that novella so that we can this week read the second one. And I know there's like the killing the vampire conqueror king something. I'll have to check if that's actually part, like officially part of the series, because I thought it was just the duology. And then right now, because I feel like reading physically, I'm going to start All of Our Demise by Amanda Foody and Christine Lynn Herman. And this is the sequel to All of Us Villains. That one was like a Hunger Games retelling, but the contestants of the games were magicians and like, so kind of like Wizards of Waverly Place mixed with the Hunger Games. Like these magician families are all battling to be like the one that holds the power and the rest lose their power. I really, really like the first one, but I read it like 2 years ago, so honestly, I don't remember too much. And I've been putting this one off a while because I don't think it got the best reviews. My battery's about to die, so I'm gonna start this and I will check in with you when I'm a little bit of the ways in.
I think there's another universe where I haven't yet felt pain. And maybe in that other universe, I'm a flower and you're the rain. I think somewhere in a different life, I'm still 7 in second grade. And I'm so happy that I feel
The day is here. It's here. It's here. I'm still out of breath because I just ran down the stairs and outside and then back up the stairs. Yes. It was honestly pretty rude that this was released yesterday, Tuesday the 9th, and it wasn't here on release day, being my most anticipated release of 2024. Oh my god! And the black edges, and I heard there are beautiful end pages, but I did not look because I wanted to be surprised. Oh my god, they're pomegranates! Okay, we have a little embossed pomegranate there, some foiling on the edge, and then there's also like wine glasses, and honestly, it looks like a salt shaker to me. Oh, it's a scorpion in a jar. Ah, it's so gorgeous. Here, let's not focus on my face, focus on the pomegranates. Oh my god. So I've been doing this really dumb thing where I forget that like new releases are coming out and I don't put them on my TBR. Like, how dare I? I need to start this immediately. I was not ready to give you a reading update yet. Clearly, my bangs they have a mind of their own today. I just got up and haven't done anything to them yet. I've just been working. But yeah, I guess since we're here, what is up? I started All of Our Demise, you know that. And I ended up switching over to the audiobook so I could listen to it while like washing dishes and stuff yesterday, and I'm actually really, really enjoying it. It took a minute to get back into the world. It's like very much a continuation of book one. You know how you have some of those sequels where like the story doesn't end in book one, it's just like a cliffhanger and then you go straight into the second one. That is this. So I probably would have benefited from reading this like 2 years ago when I read the first one. But, yeah, I'm back into the world. I like it a lot. It's just like competition books. I love them. And then like the added element of them having magic and stuff. And the magic system in this world is really, really cool. It's, you basically have to buy or make curses and they carry them in like rings on their hands, obviously, where you wear rings. And so yeah, it's just really cool that like to use a curse you know, use your ring. And late last night I decided to start the second Crown of Nyaxia book. Let's see if I got this. It's The Ashes of the Star-Cursed King. Is that the name? Yeah, I wanted a book to read on my Kindle in bed while I was falling asleep, so I read like 2 chapters of that and I'm liking it so far. Nothing has really happened, but we did get a guest appearance. Well, we got, his name was dropped, Vale, from the Six Scorched Roses book that I just read. So I'm excited to see him. I, you know, understand how it ties in now that you didn't have to read Six Scorched Roses, but because I did, I have like this little extra knowledge about the world and the vampires, I guess. I don't really have any thoughts other than that. Okay, talk to you later. Love you, bye.
And that I haven't met my brain.
Hello? Is this angle terrible? Might be. Let's keep this fast since I'm holding the camera up now. Oh, sorry, Poe, I'm boring you. I am about to finish, what is this called? All of Our Demise. I just did my math because I'm listening to the audiobook. I have about 40 pages left. So I'm going to wrap this up right now. Thought I should come on and give you an update before I actually finish it because I haven't really talked to you about this book, and honestly, I don't have anything to say. I don't have any thoughts. I'm just kind of on the ride. It's not spectacular. It's not bad. It's just kind of a fine book, and I'll probably never think about it again after finishing it, but you know, it's passing the time today. It is very, very angsty teenager YA. You know, they're in a Hunger Games-esque competition. They're fighting each other to the death, and we just had like 2 almost hookup scenes, but not really because it's YA, like makeout scenes. So yeah, everybody just wants to get with everybody else. Very teenager. I really loved the relationship in the first book, and I wanted more of that. And maybe it's because I read it years ago and my taste is just different now, but yeah, this one is sort of disappointing against the first one. Like, the relationship in the first one was so good. So besides that, I don't know how they're gonna wrap this all up in 20 pages.
And maybe somewhere in a different world, my mom's a bug inside a tree. My dad's the scientist who captured her, but now it's time to set her free. Or maybe somehow in this skull of mine, I find it hard to see the truth, 'cause I'll romanticize a boring life. If that means I'll be happy too.
Hello, we are getting ready to leave the house today because 1, I have a library hold ready to pick up, and then 2, they are actually having a used book sale at my library. So we're gonna go check it out, see if there's anything good. I'm not gonna get my hopes up too much because all the books are 25 cents, so I feel like the selection is not going to be the best. But let's go see what they have. It's raining outside, so please ignore what happened to my hair. But I am back from the library sale, and I might have went a little feral in there. Ugh. So, unfortunately, the sale was actually a bust. I only got 2 books. The selection was not great. There were a million people there in this tiny room. It was so warm, so I just did 2 quick wraparounds and grabbed what I recognized and got out of there. So for the grand total of 50 cents, I got Everybody Sees the Ants by A.S. King. Heard good things. I've read 1 or 2 A.S. Kings before. And The Brightsiders by Jen Wilde. I don't really know what this is about. I'm assuming it's queer because of the bisexual lighting on the front. And then after the sale, I went to pick up my hold and had to do a pass by the new releases section, and it got me. So I picked up my hold for So Let Them Burn by Camilla Cole. This is the full moon book club pick for the month. It's not officially on my TBR because I don't know if I'm gonna have time to read it. So I decided I'd give it a try since my library had it. And this is about a dragon. That's also why oh my God, I just saw the dragon on the back. That's gorgeous. And then, do I have time to read these this month at all? Absolutely not. But did I get them anyways? Yeah. This is Where You End by Abbott Kaler. I saw this cover somewhere on somebody's anticipated releases and it's just stuck with me. I think it's a thriller. I just had to pick this up because of the cover. I also had to get Blackouts because I've never actually seen this book in person, but I know a lot of people were reading it in January and really, really liking it. So, ooh. And I think this one is short. Oh, there's pictures? Okay, this is so weird. The text is like not black. It's like tan. I don't know if that's gonna show up on camera. And then Whalefall. This is just another one that I saw a lot of people reading. I love a good creature horror. So we're gonna try it and see what we think. Maybe, if I have time to get to all of these. They are all 7-day loan, so that's very ambitious for me to think I'm reading all of these in 7 days, plus everything else on my TBR. But, okay, other than that, I have been reading The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King. I'm liking it more. Now that I kind of remember what's going on, remember the characters, Rain and Aurea like feuding a lot in this book. A little worried about all the politics in this one because now we're dealing with not the competition of the first book, but kind of the aftermath, kings and queens and all that stuff that I don't care about in fantasies. But it was a little heavy in the beginning, but now it's kind of slowed down and there's kind of a mystery that we're trying to figure out. So yeah, I'm liking it. I just really like Aurea's character. Rain annoys me. I think I liked him a lot more in the first one. And then just with the ending of the first one, I haven't forgiven him yet. We are on our way to the gym now. And then after that, I have nothing else to do but to read tonight. So hello again. We are home for the night. It is dark and stormy outside. So I thought, what a perfect opportunity to get into bed and to binge some horror manga. I have them in very wrong order. Hang on. I am going to binge and complete another series in this vlog. I have already read and loved PTSD Radio Volume 1. This is really hard to describe. It's one of my favorite horror mangas of all time. There's basically a hair monster in this. It sounds really silly, but it's like the kind of creature that just gets under your skin because like the way it's described in here, like it could actually happen. Like I'm pretty sure it starts off with just like this girl feels her hair being pulled and just sinister things go from there. If you enjoy horror manga, pick this one up. So yeah, I read the first one. I have never read the second or the third. So we're gonna do it all tonight. Just cross off another series and as an added little treat, we're gonna read it in the dark and see if I can scare myself. Step 1, get your puppy. Step 2, turn off the lights. Ooh. Step 3, puppy knocks over the camera. So I am very bright, but I'm blinded and I cannot see really anything in front of me. So this should be fun. Okay. Are you ready? Are you ready to be scared? Let's do this. I've finished the first one. 5 stars, just like the last time. It is just as unsettling as I remember it being. I started to get chills, so I had to get under the covers. Could just be that my room is cold, but I think it was creeping me out a little. So we are moving right in to the second one, which is definitely the ugliest cover I've ever seen in my entire life. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to my kitchen cabinet. I think it's pretty obvious that I fell asleep last night and did not end up finishing all of the PTSD radios. Yeah, didn't think I was that tired until Dan came in and was like, hey, it's 1 a.m. How long have you been sleeping? And the answer was a long time. So I am just taking my lunch break now to make myself a pesto tomato grilled cheese sandwich. And so far today, I have been listening to The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King. And I'm more into it. I like, I'm back to liking Rain more. I've sort of forgiven him. I realized something, that part of the reason he was really annoying me, like, you know, besides his actions, is he has been calling Araya princess this book. I don't remember if he did it last book. If he did, it didn't, like, I didn't catch it. But this book, like, every time he talks to her, it's princess, princess, princess. I hate that. Like, I guess that is not my kink. I do not like when guys call girls princess. But there was just a very spicy scene where he called her princess and she was like, excuse me. And he said, oh, I'm sorry, queen. I like queen. I can get behind queen. So yeah, enjoying this a lot more. Glad that's the case, because I was a little worried that it would not live up to my feelings for the first one. So I'm going to continue listening to this. I have about 3 hours left of the audiobook. Yeah, I'm gonna make my sandwich and I will talk to you later. Hello, good morning. We are back at it again, ready to finish The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King. I actually did not listen to this or update you at all this weekend because I was just taking a break from vlogging. I was reading some things not on my TBR. I had a great weekend. It was very relaxing. And the problem I'm having now is I'm just not interested in this book anymore. I actually sat down Monday morning to start work and start an audiobook, and I realized I didn't finish this one on Friday, and like I kind of thought I had. So, thoughts. We're at 95%. It says I only have 24 minutes left, so gonna finish this really quick right now. I am cooking lunch, and then I'm gonna go on my lunch break from work. Yeah, it's just back to like the politics stuff. There's like battles happening now, and I don't care about any of that. There was a steamy scene. That was fine. Hopefully, these last 24 minutes just really blow my mind. And yeah. I think definitely I enjoyed the first one more because of the competition-ness. And I did like parts of this. I like the reveals and learning more about Araya and her past. And so, you know, it's not a bad book. I'm just kind of bored with all the politics stuff. And it doesn't help that I took such a long break and now I kind of forgot what was going on. But yeah, we're going to get back into it and see how this thing ends. Perfect timing. Just finished the book and my lunch is ready now. So real quick before I start eating, I can give you my final thoughts, wrap it up. It had a cute ending. I like that it was happy ending. I like that, you know, it all worked out the way I wanted it to. I think it was a good ending to this duology, kind of setting it up where we could have more books in this world, which I do think is the case. I think maybe it's a me thing. I was just kind of over the romantasy and the steamy scenes, and I'm not really wanting to read that right now. Maybe that's why it wasn't hitting as good as the first book. I think I'm probably going to give it a 3. It's still a fine book. It just wasn't my favorite and definitely not as good as the first one. But I do like this author's writing. I like this world. So I would be interested to pick up more books from her, more books in this world. Another thing I think is I just didn't like rain. Yeah, those are my thoughts. I'm starving, so I am going to eat now, and I will talk to you later. I'm here to wrap up this vlog and give you my final thoughts on the PTSD radio series, because I never actually told you my thoughts on number 2 and 3. So I do have them all here. Not in order, of course. Do you expect anything different from me at this point? But yeah, we talked about 1. We know, reread, love it. Loved it the first time, loved it the second time. Great. And then I read 2 off camera. I never gave you my thoughts. And 3. So, final thoughts for this series. It is a 5-star series. It is going down as one of my favorite horror manga series of all time. Well, I did give them all 5 stars. I think definitely my favorite was volume 3. I would say this was the creepiest of the series. These 2 are the standouts. Very, very creepy. Definitely have images that just stick in your head. 3 especially. There are just scenes in this one that are so sinister and like just they could happen to anybody. Like there are a lot of scenes of people sleeping and something watching them or touching them while they sleep, which is a big fear of mine, and I know a lot of other people. Just like things at the end of your dark hallway and you turn on the light and there's nothing there, and then you turn off the light and it's closer. Like stuff like that. That is what is in this volume. And there is an entire middle section where the author actually goes into the details of why he stopped writing this series and why he believes he was being haunted by the things he was writing about. He actually talks about he got a really, really terrible illness basically out of nowhere. And as soon as he stopped writing about this and like talking about things, it went away. So super, super creepy, and I know I definitely would not want anything to follow me around out of this series. Highly, highly recommend it. If you like horror manga, definitely check it out. So, with that being the last series I wanted to complete in the vlog, we did successfully cross off 3 series that I was in the middle of. The first being The Crowns of Nyaxia duology. And yeah, I know technically there are more books in this world, but because it's the duology, I'm counting it as 2 books and the series is done. I will definitely be picking up more by Carissa Broadbent and more in this vampire world that she has created. There's that Slaying the Vampire Conqueror or something is like the next one in this world. So I will be reading that one soon-ish, because I think the next one after it comes out in October or November of this year. So looking forward to that. And then, of course, I finished a series that I've been in the middle of for a very long time, or a duology, I should say, All of Our Demise, which I was looking around for it before starting to film this clip, and I can't find the actual book. So that's, so I've got to do that. I don't know where it could have went. I didn't leave the house with it. So it's here somewhere. But yeah, glad that I finally finished this and wrapped up the series. Definitely, if you are a fan of the Hunger Games competition books, fight to the death type books, and then like magic and like angsty romance, YA things, recommend this one to you. It was a good time. I don't know if it's something I'll ever really think about again. But still happy that I was able to cross the series off of my series tracker page. And yeah, that's a pretty successful reading vlog in my opinion. So with that, thank you as always so much for watching. I hope you read a good book today and finish any series you are in the middle of. And I will see you again soon in my next one. Bye.